Welcome to tonight's girls soccer contest between the Hudson Raiders and the Appleton East Patriots. These two teams are highly touted squads, ranking at the 4th and 5th seed for girls soccer. And we appreciate you watching tonight from wherever you are on the World Wide Web, as Chuck would say, who can't be here. It's just myself, Brian Mose, here on the call tonight. And it's a beautiful night for soccer. And, nice right amount of wind. And the temperature should cool off at least a tad bit once we reach past second half, most likely. So these two teams are fighting for one more game. This will be Hudson's last home game, regardless of if they win or lose. This has been a good season and a very productive one for the girls, winning their first Big Rivers Girls Soccer Conference Championship in a long time, since before I was in high school. And they took it away from the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abes by getting their leg up in the conference and then winning the tiebreakers between those two teams. So there is a new leader of the Big Rivers Conference. As you see the American East Patriots getting excited right after Hudson wraps up their little mini conditioning. So for starting lineups, Appleton East has Anna Murphy Pochask in goal. They have Ellie Benke at midfield. Number 3, Molly Jackson at forward. They have number 6, McKinley Stewart, senior defender. At number 8, they have Sophia Scheffler, who is a senior midfielder. Sophomore midfielder. A lot of sophomores on this squad. Number 10, Lainey Higgins, is also a sophomore at the forward position. Number 13, Peyton Reith, is also a sophomore at the forward position. Number 14, Christy Jazuski, which I think that's how you pronounce it, is at the forward position. Number 16, Rachel Wyenberg, is a sophomore defender. Chai Ki, I think, Vote, is a midfielder at junior, and we're off. So this is a big game for both squads. As I've mentioned before, this one is for regionals, I believe, and whoever wins this game will play the winner between the Kimberly Papermakers and the Appleton West Terrors. And that should be a good matchup, whoever comes out of this one and whoever comes out of the other bracket. As a shot on frame, it hit the crossbar of the football uprights and not the crossbar of the goal, as McKenna Olsen didn't have to worry about that one, as we are just now in the first minute of play. And already a pretty solid scoring chance for Appleton East. This squad is going to be a lot different than what Hudson is used to facing. Hudson has had a lot of competition that hasn't really been on their level a ton so far this season. The Big Rivers Conference was kind of top-heavy this year, and Hudson was able to get the job done against those squads, but it'll be interesting to see how they respond to this very solid Appleton East Patriot team. So now there are two teams fighting for it on the right flank. That one is headed out of play by number 11, Ashley Anderson. She's easier to recognize in the back end for her bright red cleats. So if you ever have trouble figuring out the numbers, just look at the shoes. So now Appleton East playing it in, trying to cross it to the middle, but that one's cleared out nicely by Hudson. And Hudson trying to keep it out of danger. That is Collinson that was on the ball, but it got taken away. Annika Lewis is able to just pooch it out of play. Massini running after that throw-in. Instead, Appleton East will hold possession. And that's number 2, Ellie Benke, who controlled most of that offensive possession there, but it ends up in McKenna Olsen's hands. Second-minute introduction for the senior goalkeeper. She has been a big-time player for Hudson when she has been called upon. And now Hudson looking a bit slow out of the gate. Appleton East doing a good job of taking Hudson off the ball, and Hudson's passes haven't really been that great in the small sample size that we're looking at right now. So that one is sent by Michelle Danielson, looking for Cam Massini. Instead falls to Liz Collinson. Collinson's going to try and play it up to Sydney Spencer, but it's taken away nicely by a defender. That would be Christy Jazuski, a midfielder, not a defender, sophomore for this Appleton East squad. So now Appleton East trying to play it up. Hudson hasn't had possession in the attacking end yet. They're looking to change that now in the 4th minute of play. And Appleton East able to keep it out. Marley Johnson fighting for possession. That one rolls back to Annika Lewis. Molly Jackson, one of few juniors on the squad, was fighting with the aforementioned Lewis for possession on the right flank. That's Ellie Benke. Benke with it. She'll pass it out wide, but that one's cut away by Stella Duffy. Duffy with one of her early touches in this match, and it's kicked out of play. So an eventful first 4 minutes of play on the pitch. This is exactly what girls soccer playoffs, or any playoffs for any sport, any section of any sport, what it's about. It's about hard physical play, and these are two really matched teams, as now Appleton East has it in the box. They did a good job facilitating for their other teammates, but no one took the shot, as the forwards were a bit passive on that one. Ellie Young with it now. Young up to Massini, and it's Hudson's first touch in the attacking end. Duffy with it now. Duffy gets toppled over. Great tackle from a midfielder for Appleton East. They're giving Hudson problems with their physicality on the ball and on those challenges. So now Appleton East with a shot on frame. That one is way out, or not way out wide, but it's wide. It had a pretty straight trajectory, but it was too near of the near post. So that one, Michelle Danielson on the goal kick. She's been taking a lot of those this season. Ashley Anderson will send it up towards Sydney Spencer. Spencer has it roll off her, and that one went to Christy Yazuski. And now Appleton East setting up their offense. Now they're in the box again. Carly Tewinkle, though, with a great challenge on the defensive end. Now Massini finds herself with it. Massini trying to go for a through ball. That one goes all the way up to Sydney Spencer. Spencer with great range tracking that one. Spencer with only 2 players. She's got a runner. That's Duffy. Can Duffy get past? She can't. But that sets up a wonderful situation, a deep throw-in for Hudson. This is the farthest that they've been in the Patriots' territory. So now a header in the box. That one was from Massini. Massini volleying it up. Short distance, but it tried and didn't work to Sydney Spencer. Sydney Spencer finds a pass target to her again. Spencer fighting for possession. She had a scrum there with Rachel Wyenberg. Now Danielson sends it after it rolls all the way past to the back end of the attack. And Liz Collinson couldn't get there in time on the left flank. That one will be thrown in by number 21, Bailey Aarons. Carly Tewinkle, a co-captain, finds Duffy. Duffy's going to have to control it now. She took too heavy of a touch on the header. And Massini takes it off her chest, but the ref says it's off her arm. And that would be Tom Rosenau, I believe, that would be the referee in the center, or the official referee. And a free kick to be taken. And now Molly Jackson with it. Jackson fighting with Lewis, as they have been for the first early leg of this game. And great play from Marley Johnston. And that ball rolls into the stands. I think that might be the first time I've personally seen it this season. Hudson doing a poor job of clearing. And now Appleton East tried to get offense in the attacking end. But once again, Hudson's able to keep it out of danger, weather the storm, and clear it out. Another chance there for Appleton East, just going away as quickly as possible from Hudson, as Hudson's defenders have done a good job with keeping up with Appleton East speed. Spencer And Collinson not figuring out who wants to get it, and Collinson with a real throwaway pass there. But she was cornered, and both her and Spencer have done a good job early in this one. Just a little bit of a rough possession there. And as the clock runs in the 9th minute, we finally have a throw-in. Issues with getting the ball in, as the ball girls and boys look a tad understaffed tonight. So the throw-in from Bailey Aarons is taken away by Kamasini after it went on the foot of Christy Yazuski. Yazuski now sends it towards the box, but Hudson's able to clear it out once again. Through ball almost gets through, but there was one person in front of that ball, and that would be Marley Johnston, senior co-captain. So now Spencer fighting for possession. Can she get it past Yazuski? She can. She sends it out to Ella Young. Young, who had a hat trick in the last game, can't control possession there. Took a little bit heavy of a touch, but her and Spencer have set up a great chance now in the attacking end. Stella Duffy fighting for possession, and couldn't get it to fruition for a scoring chance, but Hudson has another opportunity. Danielson taking her defender off of her frame, trying to keep her away from marking her. Massini out to Lewis. Lewis back to T-Winkle. T-Winkle up to Massini. Massini trying to keep possession, but a little bit of great defense work there from Christy Yazuski. Duffy was fighting on the right flank there. She comes up with it. So kind of an appreciation or love tap there on the right flank, sending her to the turf. And Ellie Benke was trying to put it in the front end of the attack. But instead it'll be a throw-in. Both teams doing a really good job of getting their forwards the ball, getting their playmakers and facilitators the opportunity to work in open space, but now it's just a matter of putting it in the back of the net and who can strike first in this pivotal game. Win or go home. Now in the box, Appleton East with it. That's an opportunity, but great play from the Hudson defense, trying to figure out exactly who it was, and that was T-Winkle playing far back, the senior co-captain midfielder, doing a good job of defending her position and marking her man, or her assignment, in the back end. So that was Collinson who took the ball away. Duffy was surrounded by two Appleton East Patriot defenders. They take it away cleanly. Michelle Danielson doing a good job, and she's able to keep it in play. She's going to park the bus a little bit there in the back corner, and she got knocked to the ground. And we've already seen a few players get knocked down, but that was the first call in Hudson's end of a foul. Danielson puts it towards the midfield, towards Duffy. Duffy can't get a feel for it. And now Appleton East working in the attacking end. That's Ellie Benke who gets her shot deflected away. Cam Massini with some great piece of defending, cutting off the pass lane and intercepting that one. Like a cornerback in football, she took that away and deflected it, but for now, Appleton East will keep possession. That pass intended for Lainey Higgins, and Higgins gets the ball again after a poor touch, and what a save from McKenna Olsen. Didn't look like it would be too much trouble originally, kind of a slow roller to the far post, but McKenna Olsen outstretches her left paw and puts that one out of play, and it's a corner kick. So for now, the attack has been held off, not throttled or anything, as there's a corner kick in the far right flank. And McKenna Olsen plays it up to punch it. Great play from the senior goalkeeper. Hudson trying to get it out, and they do. That's Annika Lewis that was on the play there, the senior defender. Annika Lewis doing a good job marking Yazuski. Yazuski gets it up to Benke. Aarons putting it towards the box. Ashley Anderson got a bad touch on it, but she did manage to clear it out still, as that one was almost out of play. And Lewis was trying to keep it in. Checking into the game for the Hudson Raiders, number 3, Isabel Wisty. As I was saying, excuse me, I was talking a little bit too fast and I had the substitution to call. She was trying to shield her off, not keep it in, as Benke was the one trying to keep it in play. Another goal kick leaves it right for Appleton East. That shot is way too high, over the soccer crossbar and under the football uprights, and out onto the track. So McKenna Olson will give it to Madison Danielson for another goal kick for the powerful right back. She'll get it up towards Massini, but Appleton East once again coming away with possession. Something that I've said plenty of times already, and we're not even in the 20th minute of play. As Appleton East has done a good job winning 50-50 balls, keeping possession, and good touches on those, as that shot was way too far wide. Up and away from number 8, Sophia Scheffler. But for these midfielders, for either team, they definitely have the power to get it there, so it's not a bad shot by any means. Just the touch was a bit off, but a good opportunity there from Appleton East. So a throw-in now for Hudson. Scheffler doing a good job on defense. If she couldn't control it, she might as well just keep it out of the reach of anyone else. And Hudson will move up slowly but surely with throw-ins. Isabel Wisty taking another one. Wisty trying to find Spencer. Does. Bounces off of her a bit awkwardly, but she left it for Stella Duffy. Duffy back out to Wisty. Wisty trying to find a runner on the far side. Instead, Appleton West will, or East, excuse me. Appleton West is on the other side of the bracket. Will keep it away. Hudson will have to start back from square one. That's Madison Danielson, who will try and get the offensive front going as she sent it up towards Spencer. Spencer couldn't get it to anyone but Cam Massini following the trailing ball. Massini after a nice pass from Liz Collinson, but Appleton East playing good defense. Now Massini's going to have to work from the corner. And Massini couldn't keep possession, so she might as well would have baited the Appleton East back to keep it out of play. So instead of Lewis taking the throw-in, Wisty will take it instead, switching sides of the field, as Hudson has had plenty of great chances from the side on throw-ins from Wisty, as that one rolls past everyone, and that one goes into the goalkeeper, Anna Murphy-Pochask. That's her first calling of the game, and now on the counterattack is the Appleton East Patriots. The Patriots will send it up front. This counterattack is working out really nicely. Lainey Higgins with it. Higgins dribbles that one out of play. A little bit too heavy of a touch, but a fantastic chance for Appleton East. So preparing to check into the game for Appleton East is Jordan Shadden. After a foul is called, that will be advantage Hudson on that one. So now, Hudson working on offense. But that one is sent back to Hudson's back end. And now Appleton East, though outnumbered, They're going to try and get the offense going. Some fantastic moves. And Benke will try and put a shot on frame. And with a through ball that didn't find anyone, but Spencer will work for it herself. Spencer, even break, but that one's out of play. So now a corner kick from Hudson. And the corner kick will be taken by Madison Danielson. Danielson sends it into the box. That one isn't gonna count, I guess. They're just gonna wave it off. I don't know, it was stopped while the ball was in air and in play. So now the clock stops, and that's a penalty kick. That's a penalty kick, I guess, and that's Madison Danielson. Madison Danielson taking the PK, and she puts it way too far wide. She had an opportunity, but it didn't go in for her. Rough luck there for Hudson. Checking into the game for Appleton East, number 5, Jordan Shodden. Hey, Rex. Yep. Are we live?
No, we are not.
No. So now a goal kick. And Hudson will try and get another opportunity on offense, as they've had plenty of them in the first 20 minutes of play. That's Stella Duffy working on the offensive front, but it'll be taken out of play. It'll slow down the offense for a little bit. And now Hudson working in like a triangle type of set for the passes there, as Duffy couldn't get a good footing on it, tried to turn for the shot. That one rolls past into T-Winkle. T-Winkle trying to put the shot on frame, but it doesn't go. Sorry. So a goal kick. And that one rolls way far to the left flank. And now Ashley Anderson will check in for Hudson. Checking in for Hudson, number 11, Ashley Anderson. So the senior defender will check in, as Solom will take T-Winkle out. And another long kick, kind of like a dump and chase in hockey, just kind of a throwaway. But as long as they can try and get their forwards an opportunity to go for a rebound. And once again, Appleton East has it, this time in the right flank. Molly Jackson working on Annika Lewis. And instead of any offense for Appleton East, it will be offense for Hudson in their own end. But Appleton East doing a good job of taking possession away. That pass was a bit too far. Sydney Spencer will have it. Spencer falls to the turf. And Hudson will get possession. as Appleton East thinks that the refs aren't being impartial. So now Ellie Young trying to knock it upwards, but instead Appleton East will have it in the midfield. And another long pass, but it connects this time for Appleton East, but it's taken right away. Good play from Isabel Wisty, the senior defender who came off of the substitution line. And a substitution now for the Appleton East Patriots. Checking into the game for Appleton East, number 11, Marissa Trigonaro. Is it Triggy? It escaped me. I couldn't think of it. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I had the mic a little bit too far. Trigiano. I think that's what it is, Trigiano. Hey, what's in the past is in the past. I can't fix it now, so. Trigiano, maybe she'll score a goal and maybe I'll pronounce it right that time. As now Appleton East works with it. They tried to get it in the box. And Hudson doing putting on another good defensive clinic there of keeping it out of play. But now a shot that was almost on frame, but there were 3 defenders waiting for that slow trickler of a ball. Appleton East working the left flank. Now they're going to move it back towards the middle. And that took a really awkward deflection off of Annika Lewis after a volley was almost sent through. Didn't work out, though. And that cross is also too far out wide as McKenna Olsen will clean that up nicely. They got the wind at their back? Yeah. So after a couple of offensive chances, they'll try and go at it again with another long pass. It doesn't connect, though. And Isabel Wisty was able to shield it off. Now there will be 2 substitutions. Checking in for Appleton East, number 2, Ellie Banky, and number 4, Lauren Peterson.
I taught myself.
So now a goal kick. Heavy touch there from Liz Collinson. And she's done a good job on offense so far, just right there. A little bit of a mishap, nothing too crazy, and a pretty aggressive defensive play ends up with Appleton East getting a free kick in the process.
Probably like $6 grand. Everything that I brought with me is probably 12 grand.
And a shot on frame. Laser-like trajectory. But McKenna Olsen catches it
But keep in mind that's brand new.
in her
A lot of
abdomen.
this stuff is rather old.
And that one rolls out of play.
Checking in for Hudson, number 21, Lauren Shuckle, and number 13, Carly Tewinkle.
So now an offensive opportunity for Hudson is taken away by Appleton East. Carly Tewinkle trying to keep it out of the Patriots forwards' possession, and she did for a split second, but now Appleton East setting up their offense in the front. Using their midfielders and forwards, a through ball went way too far out. So now a goal kick for Hudson, and it will be taken by Madison Danielson. And now in the midfield, Appleton East and Hudson will work to fight for possession. Appleton East comes away victorious in that little battle. And Hudson trying their best to keep it out. And they do, as that one almost looked like it was in danger of leaking through. Long through ball all the way back towards number 16, Rachel Wyenberg. And Ellie Young will try to send it forward to Stella Duffy. Doesn't work, though. Both teams trying to iron out some kinks on their offense. Still 0-0 on the scoreboard. Goose egg, zip, zip, nada, nada. It doesn't matter. As Duffy falls to the turf. And that's a foul. Duffy got undercut on that one, and it'll be a free kick from about 45 yards away from the frame of the goal. So, excuse me, it'll be 47 yards to be exact, but Danielson can get it up to those forwards in the box. She'll try, and she does, but it's a slow roller up to Anna Murphy-Pochask. So after the goalie gets it out of play, the goalie being Murphy-Pochask, Appleton East finds themselves all the way up in Hudson's attacking end. They are moving upwards with speed and ferocity. And with their wind at their back, they're able to move passes up quicker and more efficiently. So, checking in will be Christy Jazuski for Appleton East. So a goal kick from Madison Danielson was intended for Lauren Shuckle, but she got pushed in the back. It'll be a far free kick. And Tewinkle, after the free kick, runs up, covers so much ground to get it back up herself. Great play from the midfielder, and Tewinkle finds herself with it again, passing it up to Sydney Spencer. Spencer gets her defender off frame. Spencer trying to find Duffy, and instead it's cut away by Anna Murphy-Pochask. She is now getting her name called a lot more often, as Hudson has been more ferocious on the front end. I don't even know if that's a word, but I said it. Stella Duffy, after a ricocheted pass from Lauren Shuckle, ends up on her feet, and another ricochet. That time it was a cross, but it'll be a corner kick for Hudson. Yazduski. And another cross in the box goes out of the box. And now Appleton East will be subbing in.
Checking in for Appleton East, number 14, Christy Yazduski.
Lots of consonants and no vowels. So after Yazdowski checks in, Hudson will send the ball up to Cam Massini. Massini sends it back towards the back end. That's Danielson trying to find Duffy, and does. Can Duffy get there before the defender? Yes, she can. Duffy all by herself in isolation, and it gets taken away from her, but Duffy going back out onto the ball. That one is crossed into the box. That's a no-go, though. Ellie Young, the hat-tricky from the last game in the first round of the playoffs. And that one rolls back. And another foul, that time from Lauren Chuckle, as she kind of back-checked Ellie Benke, but both teams playing aggressive in the midfield, but the refs are starting to become less and less lenient as each minute ticks by. Earlier in the match, these refs were a bit more forgivable when it came to physical play in the midfield, but instead now they are calling those way more often. So both teams are going to have to adjust for that style of play, and 3 substitutions will check in.
Checking in for Appleton East, number 13, Peyton Reith. And checking in for Hudson, number 25, Annika Lewis. And number 17, Liz Collinson.
So a goal kick from Madison Danielson results in in another offensive chance for Appleton East. That shot is just a bit over. Good shot there for the Patriots as they had an opportunity to put that one in the back of the goal. As that one was shot by, I believe, number 5, Jordan Shadden, who is the freshman midfielder for Appleton East. So in the midfield, Appleton East will look to keep possession. Collinson and Massini were on Christy Yazdowski. But a throw-in for Appleton East and another substitution to coincide with it.
Checking in for Appleton East, number 19, Kylie Bourne.
So across in the box will roll way out of the offensive possession of their forwards, and roster sheet turned over, but the girl who just checked in, Kylie Bourne, had to play that one, but instead of Hudson keeping it away, and instead will stay with Appleton East as Bourne tries to send it towards the middle of the box. Bourne with it again after Ellie Young sent it away. And wash, rinse, and repeat there as Young was able to play defense in the middle. And that kick was out wide. That's Annika Lewis taking the throw in. Appleton East coming away with it again. They've been doing a good job of playing great defense in the midfield, especially getting Hudson off the ball and on some crucial possessions where they want to start some offense. So Yazdowski working in the midfield. She'll send it up towards Jordan Shadden. Shadden throwing it cross field trying to find her runner on the right flank. It doesn't work out, though, and that's Massini handling it. Collinson trying to find Spencer, and does. Spencer with a little kick up in the air trying to volley it. Collinson heads it. Chuckle with it. She'll send a volley up to Spencer. Hudson now materializing some offense. And Collinson can't reach that one, but she was able to play good enough defense in the attacking end to cause a throw-in. Lewis heads it after a throw-in. Good defense from the senior defender. Massini couldn't get the pass to Spencer.
Checking in for Hudson, number 18, Stella Duffy, and number 3, Isabel Wisty. Checking in for Appleton East, number 3, Molly Jackson, number 8, Sophia Scheffler, and number 10, Lainey Higgins.
5 total subs there, no Tiger substitutions, as Chuck would call it, where it would be 4 apiece. And now Hudson will work in the attacking end after a good play in the midfield. But Appleton East, once again, taking it away. It's been more of the same like that. Hudson's trying to work any kind of offense from their midfielders, but Appleton East doing a great job of suffocating forward play in this match. That ball going over the head of Isabel Wisty, but Ashley Anderson on the cleanup crew in the back. As Wisty and Anderson have been playing great defense so far this game. And a through ball was a little bit too far through, and that will go out of play for a goal kick. That one booted right back to McKenna Olsen after she sent out a goal kick. She mishandled it, and that's a corner kick. And McKenna Olsen trying to clean it up, but it just slipped through. And that's a rough mistake, but it happens during the course of a game, so Hudson will just have to live with it. And they've been playing good defense on corner kicks so far this season, so we'll see how they play it. That's McKenna Olsen redeeming herself there. Near post shot coming right at her. And she does a good job of playing goalkeeper. The senior definitely knows what she's doing. Massini up to Collinson. Collinson trying to find Young and almost did, but Young couldn't get her footing on it. Unfortunate there, unlucky. And now Appleton East getting an opportunity on offense. Wisty getting crisscrossed around by Molly Jackson. And now a substitution for Appleton East.
Checking in for Appleton East, number 21, Bailey Aarons.
So a goal kick sent towards midfield, but not quite there. Low trajectory ball, trying to find any one of the midfielders. Hudson isn't able to retain possession, and Appleton East will continue the offensive pressure. Yazdowski with it. She'll put a shot on frame, but that one right to McKenna Olsen. Great positioning from the goalkeeper, and she has definitely had to have her name called plenty of times so far this match, as Hudson hasn't been able to keep possession in their own end, causing these Appleton East offensive opportunities. Another shot, and that one is punched out by McKenna Olsen. McKenna Olsen with some crazy goalkeeping skills. And that was amazing, as the scoreboard indicates. I didn't even notice that until I was mid-sentence. So now Yazdowski sends it into the box. That one is kept out of play nicely from Hudson. And another shot that is just right in McKenna Olsen's wheelhouse, and that would be right where she's standing, right to the midsection. That isn't hard for her at all. That one rolling off the back of the head of Carly Tewinkle after the goal kick. Pass out wide to Sydney Spencer. We'll get to her. Spencer's going to possess it in the midfield. She's going to play it back a little bit, but a throw in. Now for Hudson, as Madison Danielson will check in for Hudson.
Checking in for Hudson, number 23, Madison Danielson.
Throw in now for the aforementioned Danielson as she just checked in. And Messini, after a touch from Tewinkle, couldn't get quite a proper footing on it. After Yazdowski thought that she had the throw in, or the right to throw the ball in, but the ref signaled that it's blue. And another cross in the box. That doesn't go. And Ellie Young looking for an opportunity to add to her goal total in the playoffs, as we are now in the 45th minute of play, where we just eclipsed that mark after the shot went out of play and over the crossbar. So very close, and both teams' shots have been like that, where they've been extremely close to being on frame or in the back of the goal. Just really just no luck. So after a tackle from Marley Johnston, Appleton East able to stay calm and keep possession. Marley Johnston with it. Or actually, no, she couldn't get to it. Good patience from Molly Jackson. Jackson passed it over to McKinley Stewart. And that ball rolls through Carly Tewinkle. Tewinkle couldn't get a possession on it. But fear not, as Appleton East put that one out of play.
And that is the end of the first half. Your score 0-0 between the Hudson Raiders and Appleton East Patriots. We hope to see you for the second half.
So welcome to this second half installment of this girls soccer match. These two teams are playing to fight onward in the WIAA Division 1 or Bracket 1 girls soccer tournament. Whoever wins this bracket will move on to play state against the winner of any other of the three brackets. Usually how it goes: basketball, football, soccer, doesn't matter what sport. So we'll see how this one shakes out. Neither team has been able to put a point on the scoreboard. So just zeros for now by the Twin Cities Orthopedics, Catalyst, and Hudson Physicians ads, as Appleton East starting out on offense after they started with possession in the second half. Hudson started it first as McKenna Olsen gets an early call in the second half. That punt all the way towards midfield. Young over to Tewinkle. They just kind of lightly gave it to each other there. And can't get offense going there, so they'll just elect to play on the defensive end and just kick it out of play. So Yazdowski sends it out wide to Bailey Ahrens. Ahrens trying to find a wing player. Ahrens gets it back herself. And I believe that's Molly Jackson. I can't see her number, but her movement indicates that it's probably her, as she is fighting against Annika Lewis. Jackson and Lewis going toe-to-toe with each other. A very severe height difference, but both players well matched against each other. Good speed and good tenacity. Jackson tries to send that one as a cross into the box after her throw-in and getting it right back. but it'll be too near, way too near, on the near post side. So it's a beautiful day for soccer after there was a light wind in the first half. The Stars and Stripes show no wind pattern right now, at least, and maybe just only a little bit, even less than what we had in the first. As it's a wonderful, calming evening in western Wisconsin. So both teams fighting in the midfield, but Appleton East keeping possession, staying strong. Molly Jackson once again, the junior. Jackson will try and get a through ball up to Lainey Higgins. Higgins back out to Aarons. Aarons will try and cross it in. That one is too weak, but tried to find the running Molly Jackson. Jackson couldn't get to it, so another great offensive chance for Appleton East as they have been putting it down so far. They've done a really good job of keeping the pressure going coming out of the second half, out the gates, just with quickness and offensive pressure. And after Hudson volleys that one out of the midfield and onto the long jump pits for track, instead of Hudson keeping any sort of offensive possession, it will be a throw-in for Appleton East. Lainey Higgins was passing it back to Aarons. Or no, that isn't Aarons. That's Sophia Scheffler, I think. I know it wasn't a double-digit number. Yazdowski trying to play her way into the box. She tried to leave it for a runner, but no one was there besides Navy jerseys. Another volley out of play as Hudson is beginning to just try and weather the storm on defense rather than setting offense from defense. So after some more throw-ins, they'll be, meaning Appleton East, get another one, and now another one after our cameraman gets it, or not our cameraman up in the booth, that would be Rex, but we're talking about a photography unit on the sideline, but never mind that as Duffy passes it up to Spencer. This could be the opportunity that Hudson's been waiting for. Spencer, can she put it in? Gets it past the goalie. Spencer shoots it. It's too far near. Spencer couldn't put it in the back of the goal. Oh, that was perfect. She waited too long. At least with hindsight, of course, always being 2020, you can always critique the shot, but a wonderful opportunity, and that's exactly what Hudson needs to grab momentum back from the clenches of Appleton East. And that is it's a big play for Hudson. It didn't end up as a goal, but Spencer setting the tone offensively. Now Duffy looking for it. Young trying to mark her assignments on defense. Good 1-2 action there from Appleton East, but a third player comes in there. That is Lainey Higgins. Higgins in the box. Higgins cuts it inside. Higgins with the shot. That's too far wide. So some high-powered offense now in the 51st minute. We're only 6 minutes into the second half. And it's been an entertaining one. At least offensively, these defenses are starting to show cracks in their foundations. As another one there, Spencer fielding possession, but Murphy post check, able to boot it out of danger. Ashley Anderson trying to clear it. Instead, both her and her assignment take a tumble. And Tom Rosenau signals a free kick for Appleton East. So another free kick goes right to McKenna Olson. In all neon and black everything. She'll punt it towards Stella Duffy. And Appleton East winning another midfield 50-50 ball. Through ball now, a bit too far in towards the middle as Anderson just clearing it away. And now a throw-in for Appleton East. McKinley Stewart throwing it in. That's into Lainey Higgins. Higgins out to Yazdowski. Yazdowski throws up a high arcing shot. That one patted away, though, by McKenna Olson. And after a potential pass from Molly Jackson causing trouble, or rather, if I make that more grammatically correct, a pass from Molly Jackson potentially causing trouble. It doesn't work out. And now another chance. Once again, though, it continues as Appleton East isn't able to put the ball in the back of the goal. Another shot that is way too near. "53rd minute of play, another goal kick for Hudson. And now they get an opportunity. That's Stella Duffy. Can Duffy get it past the goalie? She can't. Post check. Murphy post check. Excuse me. Trying to keep it out of play. Massini gets undercut. And that's a yellow card. A yellow card caution.
Checking in for Appleton East, number 19, Kylie Bourne.
So a yellow card caution. I didn't quite see who it was. I think that's to Bailey Aarons as she came off. Cross in, and that one is too far of any runners. So close. It just doesn't work out, and Hudson is clawing to get back in this game, and or maybe not get back into this game, but get their leg up in on this game. Collinson heads that one, and it'll be a throw-in. So in the midfield now, Appleton East will work their offense, trying to go on the counterattack. Good play, though, from Marley Johnston, cutting that pass off. Johnston up to Young. Young back out to Danielson. Danielson will try and get it up towards Spencer. Bouncing off the shoulder of McKinley Stewart. And Appleton East able to weather the attack. Annika Lewis with a good piece of dribbling. Massini gets it after receiving the pass from Young. Up to Spencer. Spencer near the box. Spencer trying to find Young, and luckily for Hudson, they keep it. That's Spencer again. Spencer with a shot that's too far away from the near post. And another goal kick for Appleton East. So this game certainly has the feel of a win or go home. This match, has two teams playing at very high levels, and they are neutralizing each other very well, as shown in the scoreboard 0-0 in the 56th minute of play. And after some nice dribble moves from McKinley Stewart, Hudson's able to clear it out of play after her through ball isn't able to find anyone. Stella Duffy's able to cover some ground and possess the ball, and her pass gets taken away, but Hudson's still forcing the issue. And once again, for Appleton East, they'll try and use their midfield offense to create offense in the attacking end. Another clearance, though, from Hudson. Ellie Young with a great piece of defense there. Liz Collinson was trying to fight for it on the defensive side. Foul is called. Quick take from Yazdowski. Yazdowski receives it again. She'll try and get past Massini, and she retains the ball after getting knocked off possession. Yazdowski again. Yazdowski gets stopped by Massini. That's Young setting it up towards Spencer, but I believe it will be too far gone for the runner to get. And good piece of defense work there from number 16, Rachel Wyenberg, who was able to shield her matchup off the ball. Oh, good defensive work from Ellie Young, intercepting that pass, extending her right leg outward to get possession back for Hudson, but it is sent right back to Anna Murphy Pochask. And a foul is called on Hudson again in the midfield. This time it's on the other side of the pitch. It'll be on the right flank in the midfield. This one about 65 yards away from goal, so we're probably not looking for a wonder shot, as instead Appleton East will try and set up offense. They go from 65 to about 40 yards away pretty quickly. Good offense there from the Patriots. So now a shot on frame, but McKenna Olsen with some great piece of goalkeeping. That shot was from Peyton Reith. And McKenna Olsen doing what she does best. Doing a great job of positioning herself for those saves to make it look easier for herself. And she has great hands at the goalkeeping spot besides that one little hiccup earlier in the match. But she has been able to redeem herself, and quite kindly she has done a great job. So through the midfield, the Patriots will march onward. That's a no-go, though, as Anderson decides not to let that happen. The Patriots will have to start back from square one. And Lainey Higgins with possession now. Higgins will stop. She'll shoot. That one's too far. Trying to go upper 90 with that shot. But it just misses. It misses everything. It doesn't even hit a post or a crossbar. But a good shot, nonetheless, and it gave the Patriots another opportunity, and it put another shot in their shot column, as those have been stacking up lately for both teams. Duffy trying to get possession. She can't, but instead Young will try and head the ball in the midfield. Young can't quite get her head on the ball. Annika Lewis will try and send it up towards Liz Collinson. Collinson can't quite get to the ball to retain possession for Hudson. Isabel Wisty looking to check in for the Raiders. Lewis with it, finding Collinson, and does. Appleton East trying to set offense up slowly. Hudson wants to pick up the pace. That's Duffy. Can Duffy get there? She can. She has the speed for it. And Duffy gets to win that offensive possession there, and a corner kick for Hudson.
Checking in for Hudson, number 3, Isabel Wisty.
Danielson on the corner kick doesn't go anywhere for Hudson except for over the heads of their forwards. And another throw-in. This time it will be for Appleton East, so more of the same in this match. As if I tallied all the stats, I would almost bet money on the fact that Appleton East has won the throw-in category for sure. Duffy with it now. She wins possession. Great piece of defense work from the forward. That's Spencer with it now. Spencer, oh, and it's called offsides. Oh, the side judge. And that's another offensive chance snatched away from Hudson. That's probably not going to be easy to stomach, as that one could have been a scoring chance and make it 1-0 potentially, as Spencer had a head full of steam on that one. So now Appleton East gets an opportunity to work on offense. Isabel Wisty with it, trying to find Danielson, and does. Danielson can't get it to a runner, but she's able to win a throw-in opportunity. Danielson up out to T-Winkle. T-Winkle up to Massini, but that one rolls past her. Massini has her possession rolled right into the paws of Anna Murphy Pochask. And now Hudson will work on offense again. Duffy gets possession taken away from her, as that one is too far wide of any runners, and we have some substitutions coming in.
Checking in for Appleton East, number 4, Lauren Peterson, and number 5, Jordan Shadden. And checking in for Hudson, number 22, Quinn Williams.
A fan favorite, the freshman forward / midfielder, Quinn Williams. Checking into this game, she's had some really productive playing time off the sub line, or off the bench, whichever term you want to use, as Lewis will try and send that one up to Stella. Nice pass, but Duffy will put it right through the back again. And the ref will now stop, and surprise, surprise, it's another Appleton East throw-in. Yazdowski trying to find a teammate, and does. Yazdowski receives it back. Appleton East working through the midfield. Now they're in the attacking end. Yazdowski finding Sophia Scheffler. Scheffler trying to get it towards Lainey Higgins, but it goes too far away from her. And a cross inside, and no go there for Appleton East. It was a really good opportunity for them, but the cross was taken away by McKenna Olson. That one goes off the midsection of Ella Young after the goal kick. Great through ball there. That one's to Lauren Peterson, who just checked in not too long ago. Peterson trying to find Higgins, but that ball is cleared out nicely by Hudson. And we have a substitution on the pitch.
Checking in for Appleton East, number 21, Bailey Aarons.
So a throw-in, rolling slowly but surely all the way to McKenna Olson. Olson picks it up for a punting chance. And she'll send the soccer ball up to the midfield. Duffy trying to fight for possession. She ends up getting it, but Appleton East winning it back. And after Danielson with a rough challenge there from Peyton Reith, or maybe not a rough challenge, but a really good challenge from Reith. But Hudson can breathe a sigh of relief as they have a throw-in opportunity now. Young boots it back to Isabel Wisty. Wisty trying to field it properly, and Wisty just sends it towards a ball girl on the track. Michelle Danielson doing a good job against Reith. These two have been going at it in the second half. Quinn Williams with it. Williams gets sent down to the turf. No call, though, from the refs, as they're going to let those two play on. Massini with a good piece of defensive work. And a little bump is able to get the whistles blowing. And now a free kick for Hudson, 60 yards out from the goal. As there's some extra wind coming now to the back of Hudson. Headed away by Appleton East. And now Appleton East playing flank to flank. And good play there for the Patriots, as now they have it in the box, but right as they get it in the box, they just kicked it out of play for a goal kick.
Checking into the game for the Hudson Raiders, number 11, Ashley Anderson.
This stadium has lost a lot of attitude and cheer, as not a lot has happened so far in the first 68 minutes of play. And as we near only 20 minutes left to go in the match, who's going to be able to break through is the big question, as no draws allowed in this type of soccer match in the playoffs. So Rex asked a good question. If it ends 0-0, they go into a extra time period, I believe. At least that's what I faintly remember from boys soccer. I think it's a extra time period. I don't know exactly the minutes though. So I don't think it's like professional soccer when there's an extra like 30 minutes added on or anything like that, but I think it's an extra like 10 or 15. So to anyone else who was wondering, I know there's extra time, but I'm not sure about the specifics of the length of time. Appleton East is not happy with that throw-in call, as the birds and the fans chirp alike. Yazdowski coming away with possession there, but it's taken away cleanly by Cam Massini. Duffy playing out wide. Duffy's trying to find Massini, but that one's taken away by number 21, Bailey Aarons. That's Yazdowski again. Yazdowski trying to find a runner, and that one was not to be. That one is too far ahead. So we have two substitutions getting ready to check in for Appleton East, but never mind that, as Spencer's running to get possession of the ball, and they'll just clear it away. Now this is a great opportunity for Hudson, a deep throw-in, as those two aforementioned substitutes will be number 2, Ellie Benke, and number 11, Marissa Trigiano. And Hudson will look to add to the substitution list, as that will be number 17, Liz Collinson. That opportunity was too far gone there, as it went even past Murphy Pochask.
Checking in for Appleton East, number 2, Ellie Benke, and number 11, Marissa Trigiano. Checking in for the Hudson Raiders, number 17, Liz Collinson.
I got it right this time, I think. Instead of Trigiaro or Triggy and then a long pause, I think I got it right. So now in the box, Hudson will continue. And that one's taken away just as I finished my sentence there about Hudson on the attacking end. Ellie Young trying to get to the ball. And another opportunity for Appleton East, and both teams are just giving it back and forth to each other. Good physical play there from Marissa Trigiano, who just checked into the match. Trigiano sends that one rolling right to McKenna Olson. So a senior co-captain will check in, and I believe that is Carly Tewinkle. I'll know for sure when she turns, and it is lucky number 13, Tewinkle. That clearance is sent way out of play, and T-Winkle will check in for Hudson.
Checking in for your Hudson Raiders, number 13, Carly T-Winkle.
72nd minute of play. Who is going to come out ahead in the last leg of this match? Or will we need extra time? Who knows? Throw in now for Hudson. Up to Massini. Doesn't quite work out. But hey, it's now an even deeper throw in and an even better scoring chance for Hudson. So the Raiders will look to set up offense from the side. And a bit of a miscommunication there as that one was just left rolling. As Annika Lewis will take another throw, and this time a little bit even deeper. That one sent in towards the box. Appleton East, though, doing a good job of keeping the attack out of out of a dangerous place. Isabel Wisty with some great piece of defense work as Marissa Trigiano was busy worried about trying to win another throw-in after she got taken off the ball. Isabel Wisty with it now. Wisty throws it in. Gets it towards the E of the Hudson Raiders touchdown area, I guess. I don't know. The word escapes me. As that through ball is way too far away from Liz Collinson, who just checked in a couple minutes ago. Usually a starter, but she checked in off the bench early in the second half here. Or halfway through the second half. Another throw-in now, 2 back-to-back throw-ins in the span of about 2 seconds for Appleton East. Ends in Hudson possession. That is retained by Ella Young, who scored a hat trick in the last game. And another pass. Duffy wasn't expecting a defender on her back. But for Appleton East, they're able to take possession away, and now they get to work on offense and throw a couple of punches. No haymakers have been thrown yet, though, from either side. Rough touch there, and Spencer doing a good job winning it, but a great job of recovering there from Chayaki Vogt, defenseman for this Appleton East Patriot squad. Vogt once again playing some defense, trying to clear it away. She passes it up to Bailey Aarons, who got a yellow card caution in the first half of play, towards the end of the first half. Appleton East with a lot of space to work with, and even more now as they move it in the front end of the attack. That is taken by Lainey Higgins. Higgins, though, has it taken away just as quickly as she got it from Ashley Anderson. A bit too physical there from Ashley Anderson. She shoved her back out onto the turf. And the refs staying a bit more moderate now. So a free kick literally just about like a foot or a yard away from the box, if even. Oh, that's inches away from the box. That kick will be taken by Scheffler. Scheffler sends it in. And good defensive, or not defensive, good goalie work there from McKenna Olsen. She once again saves her team from trouble.
Checking in for Appleton East, number 3, Molly Jackson, and number 14, Christy Yazdowski.
Is Lauren Chuckle going to check in right? No, they're going to leave her, so she'll wait till the next substitution opportunity. T-Winkle tries to head it away, but still, Appleton East will keep possession. Good clearance there, keeping it out of the box. But now Appleton East gets it in again. Good goalkeeping work there from McKenna Olsen, positioning herself well for the save. As McKenna Olsen has had her number called plenty of times so far this match. She usually hasn't had to in the games that we've covered at the River Channel, but This is a playoff game, whole different ball game, whole different beast. As Stella Duffy with a great piece of defense work. She's on offense now. She falls to the turf. No call, though, from the refs as they thought it was mutual. Good physical play there from Appleton East. So now Yezduski, who just checked in, a regular in the possession for Appleton East, as that shot is high arcing and it goes down sharply right in to McKenna Olsen's reaching arms. That one bouncing up towards Duffy. Good punt there from Olsen, but Duffy trying to find her footing on it. And now through the midfield is Christy Yezduski. Yezduski falls to the turf there after a challenge from Hudson. Hudson's able to try, but they fail on that offensive possession. But Sydney Spencer takes it into her own hands, trying to send it up towards Liz Collinson. Can she get there in time? She probably won't, as that one will be fielded nicely by Chia Kivote. And now a substitution for both sides.
Checking in for Appleton East, number 19, Kylie Bourne. And checking in for your Hudson Raiders, number 21, Lauren Chuckle.
So Stella Duffy, who's been on the ball a lot in the second half offensively, will take a little bit of a rest here. And Lauren Chuckle gets subbed in instead. Solemn liking Chuckle out there to give Duffy a little bit more rest in the 78th minute of play. Little bit of a rough touch there, and that will be a deep throw-in for Hudson in their own territory. It will be taken by the senior co-captain, Annika Lewis. Lewis throws that one in. It's headed out right after the fact. Lewis will throw it in again. Trying to find a right midfielder. Ella Young finds possession, and it gets taken away from her very quickly. Shot on net. Great save there from McKenna Olsen. And McKenna Olsen doing her job and doing it well after that shot from number 2, Ellie Benke. Benke heads it again after Massini was fighting with her for it. That one is headed by a Appleton East defender, but it rolls right into the palms of Anna Murphy-Pochask. So now through the midfield, Hudson will go. But good play there from Kylie Bourne. Good slide tackle there from Isabel Wisty, trying to win possession back. Both players hit the floor. Or not the floor, the turf. This isn't hardwood. And they'll give it to Hudson. Free kick taken by Carly Tewinkle, trying to find Collinson or Young. That one's headed away cleanly. Through ball in. That one is fielded by Spencer, but she takes it off her knee. Chuckle trying to keep possession, trying to touch it away from her defender, but it doesn't work out for her. And now a big substitution group for both sides.
Checking in for Appleton East, number 8, Sophia Scheffler, number 10, Lainey Higgins, and number 13, Peyton Reith. Checking in for Hudson, number 18, Stella Duffy, and number 23, Madison Danielson.
So, through the midfield, Appleton East will try and start some offense. That is Peyton Reith, who just checked in not too long ago. Reith with it, trying to head into the box. Reith with it. She'll sidestep and she'll maneuver, but she'll send it back to Yezduski. Yezduski staying up on her feet after a really hard challenge from Cam Massini. Shot way too far off goal and then had nowhere to go but the stone wall, or rather the gate in the back past the track. Goal kick will be taken by Madison Danielson, as a new substitution will come in for the Appleton East Patriots. That would be number 6, McKinley Stewart. But for right now, Hudson will try and work on offense. That's Stella Duffy. Duffy has 3 defenders with her. Duffy will take the shot, and Duffy shoots it too far near, or too in near of the near post.
Checking in for Appleton East, number 6, McKinley Stewart.
So a senior co-captain, Marley Johnston, a very well-oiled cog in the machine of this Hudson team, is out with an injury right now. She has her cleats off and she's getting her ankles examined. Hopefully it isn't something too serious. And as we reach the 83rd minute of play, it's unlikely that she'll probably check in back to the game. But hopefully, and if there is another day for Hudson soccer season, that it won't be serious enough to keep her out for too long. So Appleton East wins it back. Appleton East working on offense now. Great challenge from Isabel Wisty. Wisty, after coming off the bench as a substitute, playing great defense, but right there took it a little bit too aggressive for the ref's liking. And Thomas Rosno decided to call that one a bit too, or said that it was too far out of the regulations. And that one is volleyed up after Molly Jackson had an opportunity at it in the offensive end. Molly Jackson finds herself with it again. Jackson out to Benke. Benke tries to find a runner in the box. And that's a no from Hudson, a resounding one as the runner hit the turf. Annika Lewis with a good header there over the head of Jezdowski. And Appleton East, the Patriots, looking to try and put a dagger in against Hudson, trying to advance to the next round. But it won't do with shots like that. And, hey, at least it's a shot on goal, and maybe you can get a rebounding opportunity, but it's highly unlikely against a quality goalkeeper like McKenna Olson, who has been doing it and doing it well all season long for this Raiders girls soccer squad. Punt goes awry there, and now a through ball goes right down Main Street to McKenna Olson. Olson with a punt. That one again won by Appleton East, and they win a throw-in opportunity as well. So in the 85th minute of play, both teams are trying to end this one in regulation. But it might be more likely that these two teams go into extra time. Stella, forgot 2 letters there. Stella Duffy hits the turf there, winning a free kick for Hudson about 64 yards out from goal. And instead, it will be 68. Wind at her back, Danielson tries to get it towards the box and does. Just no Hudson forward possessed it. 86th minute of play. As a Solom will send in 2 seniors. Or no, not 2 seniors, excuse me. 1 senior and a junior, so a couple upperclassmen. Those 2 would be Marley Johnston, the senior defender, who corrected me for sure. I was wrong on her injury. She's coming back in.
Checking into the game for your Hudson Raiders, number 8, Marley Johnston, and number 14, Sydney Spencer.
So it was just a little minor tweak in her ankle, I guess, or her foot. It was definitely a lower body injury from the way that they were looking at it on the trainer's bench there. And Johnson, after checking back in, she'll try and pass it up to Spencer, sub to sub, and it works out for Hudson. Spencer with some great control on the sideline, but it doesn't work out as the pass didn't quite go where it was exactly intended. Marley Johnson gets it up to Young. Young trying to find Massini, can't. Pass was a bit too light as she was just trying to keep it away from a defender. Yazdowski with it now. Yazdowski trying to find a through ball and does. This is a big opportunity for Appleton East. Marley Johnston with another amazing save. What a fantastic save. Great IQ from the goalkeeper. And some powerful defensive work there from Annika Lewis. Didn't go far, but you need a lot of leg to keep it out of play there. So now Appleton East will work back from square one. They're in the box again. That's another kick on frame, but the shot doesn't head back into the nylon. McKenna Olsen punts that one towards the midfield, and now in the 88th minute, Appleton East certainly has the momentum. They've been getting more offensive possessions, but it only takes one big swing, only one play, one pass, one shot to change the whole course of a game. Sydney Spencer now coming away with it. Spencer has it. Spencer keeping control. Spencer finding, it's offsides. Offsides call from the side judge. Appleton East was playing the offsides. You could tell right away, as they didn't want Spencer out in open space, and they get the benefit of the doubt on that call. Hudson's certainly not happy with it, but they're going to have to get offensive possession once again, and they do. That's Collinson trying to find Spencer, and does. Spencer's going to have to run after it in the 89th minute of play. Could this be it? Spencer trying to cross it in. Nowhere to go but the side netting. And as seconds tick away, as the clock continues to milk down, it looks like these two teams will stay strung at 0-0, and we'll go into extra time here, unless one of these two teams can break out and win in a heartbreaker. Carly Tewinkle with it. Tewinkle trying to find Spencer, and does. Headed off of Spencer, and Spencer can't get to it in time. We're now in the 90th minute of play. So now Liz Collinson with it. Collinson on offense. This is do or die now if they want to win in regulation. And now Appleton East trying to find some offense in the late seconds of this match. Good play there from number 13, Peyton Reith. Reith has it taken away, though. But good offensive prowess from Appleton East. And instead it will be cleared out. And it looks like we will be headed towards an extra time period. So we'll see you soon.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is the end of regulation time. We will head into extra time to finish this match.
Okay, so now we're ready for extra time. If you didn't hear what it was, it is 2 10-minute halves with a 2-minute break in between if, after the first half, it stays locked. It's sudden death. So we'll see how that plays out for these two teams. It just takes one quick shot as Hudson clears that one away nicely after Appleton West sends some early pressure. Outside now, out on the right flank. Cam Massini, though, keeps it away. Massini trying to find Duffy. What? So the clock has stopped working. I just. What? Oh. So there's a technical difficulty with the clock. I don't know what's exactly happening. I guess there's an issue. So, now Appleton, East, and Hudson don't really care if the clock's running or not. They just want to end this game before half ends. Shot. Too far wide, though. Couldn't quite go. So now another throw in for Appleton East. As that one goes off of Sydney Spencer. And now some work through the offensive area here. That one is way through, but that was very dangerous. And I guess we'll see what the refs decide to do about that. Sorry about that for the confusion. As that one will stay with Hudson possession. As Hudson will now try and work it through the middle, but it's taken away by Appleton East. And after another chance for Appleton East, it goes nowhere off of the good defense from Hudson. They're able to keep it out of danger. Now, with Sydney Spencer, some danger was feared. And it will now be a Hudson possession with a throw-in in the attacking end of Appleton East. Cross inside. That one's intended for Collinson. So now, and a goal kick. And for Sydney Spencer, she'll receive possession. That one is on frame, but Collinson just kind of shielded it back right towards Sydney Spencer. And Hudson wins possession there on the throw-in. So now for Hudson, Isabel Wisty with the throw-in. Doesn't go anywhere, and Appleton East will be able to clear it away. And now there will be substitutions for Appleton East.
Checking in for Appleton East, number 4, Lauren Peterson, and number 5, Jordan Shadden.
So after another opportunity, as now the clock is starting to get fixed again. And now we have it fixed, so. So 8. So another offensive chance now for Hudson. And a throw in now from Isabel Wisty. Wisty out to Danielson. Danielson sends it into the box. She has an open player, and it doesn't work for Hudson. Once again, Anna Murphy-Pochask is able to keep it out of harm's way. And Isabel Wisty now with an opportunity as the clock starts to bleed down. So now, in the 10th minute of play here in extra time, if this stays at 0-0, it will go to a second extra time period. And
they were just holding each other back.
End of the first half of extra time.
so now it's the second half of play. We have reached 2 hours and 6 minutes of play so far in total. But for right now, these two teams will fight for the WIAA Bracket 1 Regionals trophy. And I know that's a very specific trophy to win, but it's important for these two teams to survive and advance in the state tournament for girls soccer. Or not the state tournament, but the large bracket to get into state, the playoffs for this girls soccer. And now we are going to work with two teams who are knotted up at 0 apiece, and we'll see how they finish out as we are now in the 101st minute of play. That's Duffy on the ball. Duffy with some aggressiveness. Out to Cam Massini. Massini up to Duffy. Duffy trying to find a forward, and she does in Collinson. Collinson, though, gets trapped. Back out to Duffy. Duffy gets pushed off the ball. No foul is called. The refs are just going to let that one play out here in the last leg of the game. If this doesn't end up with either team finishing in front of the goal and putting one in the back of the net, we will find ourselves in a penalty kick situation, and those are always exciting to watch. So we'll see how that plays out if it occurs. But for both these teams right now, they really want to score here in the next 10 minutes. Try and put one on the scoreboard before the 110th minute of play to try and get themselves moving on to the next round to play against the Kimberly Papermakers or the Appleton West Terrors. And Stella Duffy running with some blazing speed. This is something we haven't seen so far today too often. Just a shot on frame, but there was little to no chance of it going in. But hey, an offensive opportunity is an offensive opportunity. So for Appleton East now, they'll work on offense. This is their first real offensive chance, and it just kind of ends up rolling right to McKenna Olson. Easy save for the senior goalkeeper. So now for Appleton West, they're going to move it in. Can they score and finish the game? No, they can't. McKenna Olson says no. Clutch goalkeeping from the senior. It's continued all game long. Appleton East, no matter how many times they knock on the doorstep, there's no answer. And McKenna Olson is not allowing any sort of shot in the back of the net. So now Massini trying to run after it. Massini, can she win it? She does. Massini's going to have to slow it down here if she wants to keep possession. She's just going to send it kind of like a dump way into the midfield towards the back end. But great piece of defensive work there from Liz Collinson. Collinson can't get her pass on frame, though, to Stella Duffy. And now Appleton West with an open lane. Can they get a shot on goal? They can. For right now, Wisty with some solid defending. Working now is Appleton West. That one's way too high. Too high, and it goes just under the football uprights.
Checking in for Hudson, number 11, Ashley Anderson.
So Madison Danielson send it up towards Cam Massini. Massini's going to have to chase after that one. But Ellie Benke beat her to it. Marley Johnston trying to find a forward. She doesn't. That one goes into Aaron's possession. Aaron's with it now. Aaron's finding Higgins. Higgins playing it way far back. They're going to be patient on this one. And by this one, I mean this one offensive possession. Good move there from Peyton Reith. Reith trying to get past Danielson. She's getting close, and she cannot. Danielson with some good piece of defense work there as she stays strong on the back end and doesn't allow Higgins to get past her. So now Danielson sends it towards midfield. That one is headed away. Young and Anderson were on the ball, but it ends up in Appleton East possession. Appleton East has been ruling this second half of play so far in extra time. Good defense from Marley Johnston, keeping a shot away from the ability of a shot, keeping that away from Appleton East. And another cross that just goes right into the hands of McKenna Olson. So, Madison Danielson will try and lead it up towards a forward, but it doesn't go. But hey, Hudson wins it back after that pass doesn't hit a forward. It hit a trash can on the left flank for Appleton East. And now for Hudson's right side, they will take a throw-in. It will be taken by Madison Danielson. So now Duffy will try and head it up forwards. Didn't quite work out for her. She had the right idea trying to find a forward in front of her, but instead it didn't work out, and Hudson will keep possession. And now Appleton East able to win possession back really quickly. Good defense, though. Great cutoff from Marley Johnston, but her pass was undercut there. Quickly and easily from Appleton East. And now some play on the right flank for Appleton East. As that one hit the side judge, he was able to have some pretty impeccable control there, though, keeping it on the edge of play. So now Massini holds possession, fighting with Yazduski. And instead of Appleton East having any sort of offensive possession.
Are they still playing?
As that one goes off the crossbar, as some more clock confusion there. And almost a as Danielson will send it towards the middle of the field. Good play, though, from Marley Johnston to keep it out of any dangerous position, as we are now in the 9th minute of play. Cross in, and that's a goal. That's it. That's Hudson's season. It's scored by number 21, Bailey Ahrens.
Goal for Appleton East. Scored in the 109th minute of play by number 21, Bailey Ahrens.
And I was wrong and premature. They're still going to play that last leg of time. So I had a misunderstanding. So Hudson's going to have an opportunity now to try and even it up. They're playing for penalty kicks now. But sadly, this great girls' season looks like it's going to come to a close. Desperation pass up to Collinson. That doesn't go. Ahrens, who just scored the goal a few seconds ago, tries to fight for possession. Annika Lewis with it. Lewis hits it off of a defender's hand. T-Winkle sending it towards the box. That one's headed away by a Appleton East defender. Volleyed away from Annika Lewis's possession. And the Patriots fans have come alive. That one is headed onward. That's a no, but there's still an offensive opportunity. That one's played away. clock is draining. Lewis is going to have to keep possession. She does, fighting hard on that one. And hopefully for Hudson, they'll score a goal here in the last leg of the game. But it is unlikely, as I will see you later.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Congratulations to the regional winner, Appleton East. Hudson Athletic Director Stephanie DeVos will present you your trophy for winning this match. And this one ends with Appleton East beating the Hudson Raiders 1-0. We appreciate you coming out to watch this playoff installment of girls soccer. We wish Appleton East the best as they will play the winner of Appleton West or Kimberly. For Hudson fans, we hope to see you next season for girls soccer. Congratulations to the Patriots.
What an awful way to end it. That hurts. That's going to be tough to swallow for sure. For Chuck, who couldn't be here today to not watch the last installment of girls soccer, the last home game, it ends in a sour taste for Hudson, and you obviously wanted it to go better, but Olsen just couldn't quite get her hand on the ball, and it wasn't really her fault. It was an awkward angle, but a fantastic shot there. Good play from Bailey Aarons, who even though she had a yellow card caution in the late first half, she was able to redeem herself in the biggest way possible by winning her team the game. And for the Appleton East Patriots, they will either play the Kimberly Papermakers or they will play the Appleton West Terrors. And the red, white, and blue will celebrate. And for Hudson, it'll be back to square one next season. For Brian Mose and Chuck Bublitz, who couldn't be here, signing off. We appreciate you watching. We wish the best for the girls in a really tough loss. But we really hope to see you again next season. This was a special season that just ended too short. Thank you for tuning in throughout this magical girls soccer season. Good night.